Hey everyone, this is Piku and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to learn music theory. It's our first lesson. We'll be learning major scale and a minor scale. So grab your guitar and we don't need to grab our guitar today. Let's get started with the video. So let's begin. Major and minor scales are called diatonic scales. Diatonic scales are those in which we have 5 whole notes and 2 half notes. We can also say this tone and semitone. We're just going to learn these in very simple terms. So before we learn that, we first know that there are total 12 notes in music. So starting from A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. So these are total 12 notes. We're going to make diatonic scale based on these notes. Whole note is this. If we go from A to B, this is a whole note. So there are 2 half notes in one whole note. So what is a half note first? Half note is this. From this note to, if we go from this note to this note, it is a half note. If we go from this to this, this is half. If we go from this to this, this is half. Just remember that there is no B sharp or there is no E sharp. Or we can also call it there is no C flat. If we look from here, if we look at this note from this point, this is A sharp, 1 step high. If we look from this point, then it is 1 step lower. So we can also call it B flat. When we go half step up from C, it's C sharp. When we go half step down from C, then it's D flat. We can also call it D flat. And same goes for this. It's E flat also. This is G flat also. And this is, the next note is A. So this G sharp can be called A flat also. So this is 12 notes. Now we're going to make a major scale and a minor scale out of these 12 notes. And to make a major scale and a minor scale, we need 5 whole notes and 2 half notes. Let's start with the major scale first. We don't have to go to just don't think too much about it, because in the end we are just going to learn the major scale and minor scale. But it's also good to know a little bit about it, how we get to the major scale and to the minor scale. So let's start with the major scale first. Whole note, this is a pattern that we're going to follow. Whole note, half note, whole note, and half note. So this is the sequence to make any major scale. So let's make a C major scale first. We can also call it scale or key. The first note is C, because we are making a C major scale. So C note first. Then we need one whole note, one tone. We can also say tone, because one whole note is a tone and one half note is a semitone. So we need one whole note, and that is C is here. So we need 2 half notes to make a one whole note. So we go we go from C to D. Next we need again whole note, so D to E. Next is a half note, so E to, we won't go from E to F sharp this time. So we'll go from E to F, that's a half note. So F, then next is whole, next is also whole, and next is also whole. So 3 whole notes. So F to G, G to A to B. F to G, 1, G to A, another, then the next whole note, that is from A to B, and then we have half note, so B to C note. So this is C major scale. Now let's make A major scale now. To make an A major scale, we will start with A, of course. The first note is A. Then the first is we are going to follow this pattern again. So A whole note means A to B. Next is also whole note, so B to C sharp. We need 2 half note. C sharp. Next is half note, so C sharp to D. Next is whole note, D to E. Next is whole again, so E to F sharp. Next is whole again, so F sharp to G sharp. And then we have a half note, so G sharp to A. We can make all 12 major scale from this pattern, this sequence of intro. Sometimes you will see like the B flat scale, B flat major scale. All you have to do is remember that these notes are same. So they can be changed, they can be used interchangeably. So don't get confused by this. Let's say we make a B major, B flat scale. So we will start with B flat. Remember this B flat is A sharp. So next, so we'll start here. We can also write here A sharp. So we need a whole step, that is C. Then we need a whole step, C to D. Then we need a half step, D to D sharp. Or we can write E flat, because from here it's E flat. Next is whole step again, so D sharp to F. Next is whole step again, so F to G. Next is whole step again, so G to A. And next is half step, so A to A sharp. We can write A sharp here, or we can write B flat. Now let's take a look at minor scale. So like for major scale we had this sequence of interval. For minor scale we have whole note, half note, whole note, whole note, half note. So 2 half notes and 5 whole notes. That's a diatonic scale. C minor. When we are writing a C minor scale, so we write a small m. This means if there is no small m, it means it's a major scale. If there is small m, it's a minor scale. Okay, let's go. So C minor, the first note is C, of course. So we'll start with C. Then we need a whole note, which means we'll go to D. Then we have a half step. So D to D sharp is half step. Then we need a whole note again. Then we need a whole note again. So D sharp to F. Then we need a whole note again, F to G. Half note, G to G sharp. Whole note again, so G sharp to A sharp. Then whole again, A sharp to C. Next is A minor. So A minor, we will start with A note. This is A note. Then we need one whole step, that is B. Then we need a half step, B to C. Then we need a whole step, C to D. Then again a whole step, D to E. Then a half step, E to F. Then a whole step, F to G. And then again a whole step, that is G to A. That one scale from here matches with one scale from here. And the reason is very simple, because this formula is pretty much the same. Is the third note on the minor. This third note on the minor scale is this one. So you see, whole note, half note, whole note, whole note, whole note, and half note. F sharp minor scale. So for F sharp we will start with F sharp to G sharp, because a whole note. Then we need a half note, G sharp to A. Then we need a whole note, A to B. Again whole note, B to C sharp. Then we have a half note, C sharp to D. then we have whole note D to E again, so E to F sharp. So this is F sharp minor scale. So this is a major scale. I can see I have written tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone here. So you can replace it with whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Same. And this is the minor scale. You can take a screenshot if you want to. As you can see, one more thing here, that I've written this big M, small m, big M, and the diminished in the end. This is DIM, which means diminished. And here I have small m, diminished, big M, and this represents the chord that we're going to have in this particular scale or in this particular scale and so on. So what does that mean? That we will have a C major chord in C major scale. The next one is D minor, next one is E minor chord. This is F major, G major, A minor, B diminished. And the last note is the same as the first note, so C major. So we don't have to look at the last note, it's just the repetition of the first note. As you can see, it's just a repetition of this. So what chords we will have in E major scale? That is E major, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, B major, C sharp minor, D sharp diminished. So let's go to C. So this is a minor scale. So in minor scale we will have, let's say, what chord we will have in C minor scale, let's say. So we'll have C minor, D diminished, D sharp major, F major, F minor, G sharp major, A sharp major. So these are the chords that we'll have in C minor scale. So this way you can find out all the chords that we'll have in different scales. We have to just remember this. We're learning this because we are going to learn how to use a capo in the next video. And this will be helpful. You don't have to learn everything or remember anything. You just need to learn this formula, and that's it. And if you know this, you can make a major scale anytime you want to, and a minor scale anytime you want to, based on these 12 notes that we have in music. That's all for this video. I hope you liked the video, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.